Yeah, light back on. Or is it possible to turn the light back on?
You mind turning that? Where is it? I got it. I got your questions. I'm sorry. You mind turning it on?
Ty already said that you feel fine. It needs to check reviews. Feel all right.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, just a little contusion.
I just feel like this game was different than the first time.
Well, they hit less threes, I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like they hit less clutch threes. I feel like last time we played them, every time we would try to, break the game open, they would come back and hit a three to keep it close. So I feel like in that way, and also just more stops, more rebounds, more of us getting out in transition.
Do you feel like compared to the game right before break, where obviously it was right hand all day that came for you, and then these two games in Houston, do you feel like they kind of put more attention to how they guard you?
Yeah, I feel like, definitely that's the case. But also in that game, I also used more ball screens too, I feel like. So it's just different looks.
How was it just, going from you having to go in one game to obviously these last two games were a lot more interior offense for Zoo in particular?
I mean, it's different, and every night's going to be different for us. Like I said previously in one of the interviews, we don't have Kawhi RPG, so every game's going to be different for most people.
I talked a lot about if you give me 3 or 4 games, the same group, I'm going to figure it out. We're going to get into a rhythm. And you guys have had that really since the deadline. You guys, 6 of your last 7. And Tycho just for the postseason, right after that. And do you feel like in the last 7 games since the deadline, are there things you guys are doing right now that you think that's some adjustment we can go to in the playoffs? Like we're getting better at this thing that can pay dividends down the road.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of little things that we're working on game to game that's getting us ready for the playoffs. Whether that's small ball screens, whether that's switching 1 through 5, whether that's playing zone, whether that's different defensive coverages, different stuff we try to work on during the game to see what we like best coming up for the playoffs.
So you guys' first 40-point quarter since that Wizards comeback. I talk about the ball movement, the 9 assists off the offensive boards. But you guys are doing this without, again, Kawhi, PG, on. What's it mean for you to kind of have that everybody can contribute thing come to life?
I mean, that says a lot about this group. A lot of people wrote us, off the map once they figured out who was hurt and who was injured, and they really don't know what we got. And that says a lot for our group. We got a lot of guys who work hard, work on their game, and is ready when their name's called.
What do you think is the next step for this team? You got 1 full month left before the playoffs do start. You came so far from where most of January was. Like, what was the next step?
For us, I just feel like defensive rebounding. Once we clean that up, once we allow teams less offensive rebounds, because we're a great defensive team right now. So once we can finish those possessions, then there's no telling where we can end up for real.
Deadline, you guys are 4th at defensive rebounding percentage. So you're ready to clean that up.
So it shows.
Farball, you can go ahead.
Hey, Terance, congrats on the win. You guys have fought so hard all season, shorthanded. Just want to know, what does it mean to you guys to come back home 2 games above 500 and have a successful road trip?
That's big. And we talked about that before the road trip. We talked about how we wanted to go into it and get these 2 wins, and especially get the win at home in LA versus the Lakers. So we talked about it, and that's what we want to do, and we got it done. So it's good momentum going back home. Thank you.